but oh my god, the sense of speed on this thing is nuts. Alright, let's do this. Little wheelie there off the line. Miles an hour. Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex here with TFL Bike, and in front of me is an Ohvale GP-0 190. This is a bike I picked up not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and haven't featured it on the channel yet, and it is one of the sweetest bikes I've ever ridden or owned. It's just so unique. So we're not at the track today, obviously. We're in my driveway, but in this video we will go around, look at some of the components, take it for a little rip in the neighborhood, and then next time I actually take it to the track at IMI Motorsports, I will get it out on the track with the camera and show you what it's like to ride, because that's what I bought it for. A little while ago I did a video on my Honda NSR 50R, a little two-stroke mini bike. This is a lot smaller, but it's got more displacement, and I pretty much bought this to replace that NSR. The NSR is still in the garage, as is another one of these, but both those other bikes are for sale right now. So, Ohvale GP-0 is basically an Italian-built mini GP race bike. They make three different models of the GP-0. So this is the 190cc. They also make a 160cc and a 110cc as well, which is really for kids. And the 110 you can get in either a semi-automatic or a full manual with a clutch, a hand-actuated clutch. This is the 190, so this is the top dog, although it is not the newest GP2, which is pretty much this motor, but with a bigger frame, a little more friendly size for adults. But even still, I'm a small guy, and they're supposed to be small, little, tiny race bikes. So, yeah, I don't mind that I have the small one. Not a ton has been done to this bike. So the story is with this, I picked up both this and a 110 at the same time. The guy didn't want to split them up. I didn't want both of them, but I really wanted this one, and so I bought both of them. The other one, the 110, has a lot of aftermarket components on it, so I may pull some of those off of that bike and throw them on here before I sell that other one. But if you're interested in either the NSR or a 110 Ohvale like this, let me know. I've got two for sale. Let's look at some of the components, because this Italian-made bike is super, super impressive. Everything is just super high quality. So you've got little 10-inch wheels with PMT slicks on them, 4-piston calipers, radial calipers, which is awesome. So, you know, they're only single-sided. You don't need dual-sided discs on a bike this small, but really cool. You have a really high-end brake setup on a little bike like this. You have a little oil cooler in here. The bike itself is air-cooled, but you do have an oil cooler up front. Inverted forks. They aren't adjustable, but there are adjustment kits you can throw into these, which I have on the 110 sitting in the garage. Little hour meter down here, which was added aftermarket just to keep track of engine rebuilds and whatnot. Powering this bike is a 190cc Daytona engine. It's a single cylinder, and it makes around 24 horsepower, and the bike itself is like 150, 160 pounds. So really pretty incredible. Here's the rear shock. You got a piggyback reservoir, fully adjustable rear shock, preload, compression, rebound, aluminum swing arm, gold chain. What else am I missing here? There is a quick shifter, although it's not hooked up right now. And the bike is carbureted. While we're here, I'll turn the fuel on, and you do that by just unscrewing this little valve right here. There you can see up on the fork tube there, GP-0, made in Italy. And yeah, just all the components, super high quality. Like this top triple, everything just seems premium, which is what you expect on a bike that costs as much as this does. Yoshimura exhaust on the back here, that's of course aftermarket. And you'll notice the Yoshi kind of livery that's on this bike. This was actually, as far as I know, the story is that this bike was purchased new by Yoshimura to actually test their exhaust systems and develop their exhaust for this bike. So this bike was owned by Yoshi, then sold to I think 2 other people before me. I believe I'm the 4th owner, but that's why it's got this Yoshimura livery, because this was originally Yoshimura's bike. So pretty cool. Supposedly some testing and development has happened with this bike right here, and that's pretty cool. It's still got some number plates from the previous owner. I gotta rip those off. There's a few things I want to clean up, but yeah, it's just a rad little bike. I mean, let me wheel this in real quick. There's my monkey, which is already a very small motorcycle, and the monkey towers over the Ohvale like a lot. So anyway, let's get this bike out on the road. Even though it says race use only, that's fine. I've got friendly neighbors, so we'll get it out on the road, see what it's like, and then eventually we'll get this thing to the track. It doesn't have a side stand, so you gotta use the rear. And then, it's been a minute since I've started this. If I remember right, you gotta be in neutral with the clutch not pulled in to start this, and it is a kickstart, even though you have what looks like an electric starter there. Oh, and it's carbureted, so there's a choke. We'll give it some choke. There we go. A lot of vibrations. It's pretty loud. You can tell there's some serious power behind this thing. I have no idea how much fuel's in here, but we're just going to send it. 4-speed transmission. Neutral's all the way at the bottom, up to first, second, third, fourth. But I do in the garage have a reversed GP shift kit that I can throw on here, which when I hook the quick shifter back up, I'll probably take care of that as well. A little cold-blooded. Can't really rev the crap out of it till it's warm. Take some choke out of it. Nope, she ain't happy yet. We'll give it a minute or two before we actually ride it. Alright, here we go. I'm not going to go crazy because I'm on slicks that didn't see warmers. Woohoo! But oh my god, the sense of speed on this thing is nuts. It's like 24 horsepower in a bike this small is enough power that it's still fun, but it's also a little scary. You really gotta pay attention. Oh, I love this bike so much. This is almost a little sketchy how quickly it flicks into its turns. But yeah, this is might be a kid-sized bike. It is definitely not for kids though. I haven't put like a race computer on this yet to see what the top speed is. Let's go this way actually. I would guess somewhere around 65 miles an hour, but it gets there really quickly. Woo, you could get in some trouble on this. Obviously, this is not a street bike. You really want to be on a go-kart track with this thing, which, like I said, I want to make that video eventually. But for now, I just wanted to kind of give you an impression of what it's like to ride and what these bikes are all about. Really, the biggest thing you take away from when you poke around one of these is the build quality. It's unlike anything else. The first time I showed this to Case, he was very impressed with the build quality. Comfort, it's not great. I've taken it to the track and you do cramp up on it pretty quick, especially when you're expending that much energy. But it's still a blast. I gotta say the NSR that I had, probably more comfortable than this for an adult on the track. I'm 5'10", by the way, but even this being a little more uncomfortable, it's a lot more fun than that NSR. I just love mini bikes. And then you get a race prepped mini bike like this that is just got a berserk amount of power. How could you not have fun on one of these? The other Ohvale I have in my garage, the 110, has a gear position indicator and a shift light, adjustable front forks. And those are components that I probably should switch over to this bike because they'd make the experience a lot better. It might do 70. 65 is maybe feeling a little slow. I just want to keep advocating for mini bikes. A lot of people say get a big bike, get a real bike, but I'm telling you, some of the most fun I've had on two wheels has been on micro-sized machines. So this one, staying a race bike. I'm going to use it as my track bike up at the go-kart track IMI Motorsports Complex. But that other 110 I have, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. It is for sale if someone offers me what I want for it, and you know, I'll get rid of it for sure. But I might want to convert that 110 into a street bike. I think it'd be cool to get some like little DOT tires for it and try and plate it and see what that process is like. All right, I'm gonna pull over here real quick because I'm curious now what the top speed is on this bike. So we're gonna open up my little speedometer app, which will track our top speed. All right, here we go. So we've got average speed of 0, max speed of 0. So we're all reset. Let's toss this in the pocket here. And we'll just cruise down the road and see what kind of speed I get up to. I don't know if I'm going to max the bike out per se, but I'll go till I feel comfortable or, you know, start to feel pretty sketchy. So, first gear, throw the visor down, let that car gain some space on me because I think we'll probably catch up to it. All right, let's do this. Little wheelie there off the line. And I had a little more in it there, but I had to turn, and like I said, I'm on cold tires, and I don't want to wipe this out in the neighborhood. 66 miles an hour. 66.6. So yeah, I think you could hit 70 on this if you give it enough space. So there you have it, the Ohvale GP-0 190cc mini GP bike. I was so stoked when I found this on Craigslist. If you're wondering how much I paid for it, I got both this and a 110 GP-0. Both, no, actually this is a 2019, the 110 is a 2020. They came with a ton of spare parts, extra tires, and I paid $6,500 for both of them, which I think is an awesome deal. New, these things are right around $8,000, so I got two of them for $6,500. Hopefully I'll make a little money selling that 110 to help pay for this one here. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions about this bike. I'm dying to get it out to IMI for you guys and give it a proper shakedown and show you how much fun these things can be. For now, just a little neighborhood rip before the weather turns sour. Cool, that's neutral. See you guys in the next video.